have my microphone on, so hopefully y'all can hear me. And I realized that there were some tomato fruit worms on some of the tomato fruits that are on these plants. They just started fruiting, so we're gonna catch it and be proactive like I like to. The thing that I use to treat tomato fruit worms is BT spray, and we'll mix it up in my big sprayer and come through and spray these. It takes about 2 to 3 days for it to start working because the caterpillar actually has to ingest the leaves that have been sprayed with the BT. So you'll start to see results in 2 to 3 days, and then I will repeat spraying BT every week. This will cut down on the tomato worms. If you have an infestation of tomato worms and you don't see a direct impact from the BT spray in 2 to 3 days, my second defense is always something called spinosad, and it is also organic. So if I do not see a direct impact and notice that there are more tomato worms over the next week, then of course I'll come back in and I'll spray with spinosad as well. A lot of people love neem oil and they're going to tell you to spray with neem oil. I'm not a neem oil fan, as I have stated in other videos. No matter how weak I dilute it, how late in the afternoon I spray it so that it has time to dry before the sun comes out, it burns my plants. It has burned my plants every time I've ever tried to use it, so I am not a neem oil fan. So my first line of defense for anything like caterpillars is always going to be BT spray, and then my second line of defense is always going to be spinosad if I notice that the BT is not working. Again, I do not have my microphone on. We live on a busy main road. There's horses standing right here switching their tails, so hopefully y'all can hear me today. I have a giant Ryobi pump-up sprayer, but you can use a handheld sprayer as well. I just kept breaking the handheld sprayers and got tired of pumping with all of the gardens that I have now, so I bought the giant Ryobi, and I 10-10 recommend. It is insanely heavy when full with water. This is the thuricide that I use. I just order it off Amazon because it shows up right at my door. I'm sure you can get this at your local nursery, or I'm sure one of the big box stores carry it. I'm just going to mix it up the strongest that I should, which is the 4 tablespoons per gallon. Since this is my first time treating, next week I'll probably take it down to the half ratio, which is the 2 tablespoons per gallon, since I have already done the initial treatment. So let's get this mixed up and sprayed on the plants. I'm going to actually show y'all kind of what I'm talking about by a tomato fruit worm. So these are starting to fruit, and I think it was right over here. And you'll see that there is a hole in this fruit and there is a worm inside. So this is a tomato fruit worm, and it is just eating a hole right into the side of that fruit. So it is no longer any good. And then I think there was one more right here, and this biggest one. So I'm pretty sure that that's the start of a hole. That could just be the start of a surface crack, but pretty sure that's also a hole as well. So we're just gonna go ahead and spray all of these plants. I think it's shaded enough in this area this morning that it'll be fine, and that it'll dry before the hottest, sunniest part of the day. So the last time that I posted the backpack sprayer, somebody asked me if it was heavy. Yes, it's heavy. It has 3 gallons of water, and it's a big bulky plastic container. I'm like 120 pounds soaking wet. I can manage to lift it and get it on my back, so do with that information as you will, but it is insanely heavy. But once it's on your back, it's not that big of a deal, and it has the straps to keep it close to your body. Go ahead then. Not a huge deal. All right, let's go spray the garden.